Anyway, so I have no idea what we're doing today. I lived a sheltered life, so I don't even know.
Okay, so first of all, welcome, and this is the best day ever because Elf on the Shelf is here, baby! Yay! And he brings so much joy to my household. So I wanted to talk about Elf on the Shelf.
Okay.
I asked Nathan if he knew what Elf on the Shelf was, and he had no clue. He's never heard of it.
I told you, I'm sheltered.
In
like
this world?
That's a civilized
country.
No.
So anyways, no, Elf on the Shelf is a really cool Christmas tradition. And so it's this story that you read to your children, and the elf is in your home, and every night he flies to tell Santa what your behavior was like, and then he returns the next day, and how you know he's reported the news is that he's in a different spot in your house. So if he starts, say, on the Christmas tree, tomorrow he would be in the kitchen, and then the next day he would be in the bathroom. And if you can get really creative with him, and you can do some really crazy things like have him be in powdered sugar making, like an angel wings, or, you could have him be sitting on the toilet fishing out of the toilet with a candy cane.
Sitting on the toilet fishing out a candy cane.
Yeah.
What?
Is this like mind blowing?
First of all, I can barely get him to stand up verse straight,
I know.
So how do you this is actually pretty interesting because
It's a behavior type of situation. First of all, you would definitely need to believe in Santa in your house.
Okay.
And second of all, you would really need to make sure that your child's behavior is aligned with that of the story, meaning that the purpose is that he reports behavior back to Santa every night.
Oh, okay. So
that's how Santa knows his naughty and nice list.
Oh, okay. So that's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, it does make sense. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to encourage good behavior, which is good.
So you sit down and you read the story, and that's the night that he appears, and then the book goes away, but the elf remains flying back and forth, and I have to say that it's hilarious because all my friends and I put on Facebook to each other, reminder, move your elf, and we post pictures of our elf and good creative pictures because it's really something our children look forward to so much.
Really?
One time ever we came downstairs and had not moved the elf.
And so he didn't report to Santa that night.
He didn't report to Santa that night, and my son could not understand.
Maybe he just came back to the same spot.
Well, what's funny is during nap time then,
he moved magically. That's a really fast interstellar travel right there.
And he was I just don't understand how that's going to happen. Mommy was very tired last night. But so my husband and I team tagged this thing, and we're constantly did you move the elf? Where was he last night?
It's like you need to keep a diary.
We need a log to make sure we...
This sounds really complicated. Well, see, my little one, we watched Arthur Christmas last week on our date.
Oh, awesome.
And so, I can't believe we watched a cartoon on our date. You can tell, we're...
Oh, I thought you meant you watched it with your little girl.
No, we watched it on our date. So, yeah. So Lacey went, and so the next day, Hannah, because we have it for 24 hours, Hannah watched it, and so she's now wants to see Grandpa Claus, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
And so she's all excited about Santa.
Yeah.
Because we have our Christmas decorations out, and we're getting Santa ready. We put up our tree. We're early put-uppers.
No, we are too. So I understand that, but this would be the perfect year to introduce this to Hannah.
Yeah, because I think that it's a cool
next year
idea.
It would be even better because you could buy it this year 70%
on clearance.
off.
You better believe it. I'm thinking this is a really where do you get this? Where
Okay,
did you buy yours?
it's $29.99,
which is a little steep.
And you can get it at Hallmark, and so you can use your coupons there.
Oh, yeah.
And
I bet that
you can get it at every place in the sun. I mean, really, you can get these everywhere.
Okay, but $29.99 is. I mean, it's a little bit high, but it's not. I mean, it's a great developmental tool. I think.
It's really. We feel like we've gotten our money out of it because I really wish Elf on the Shelf could be here all year long though.
That way, everybody's good for Santa.
July 4th.
The problem is you'd have to keep up with it every day.
There's no way. I mean, I'd have to have I couldn't do it. I can barely do it for the month of December.
That's cool.
So
now,
our
when does
elf
it start?
comes out on December 1st.
Okay.
On November 30th, we read the story.
Okay.
And he makes his magical appearance. So.
Okay. The next morning.
The next morning he's here, and then the other part about him is
now,
nobody's allowed to touch him. If you touch him, the magic is gone.
Okay, so I have a really dumb question. How does, like, your son, I don't even know how to say it right. I mean, like, where do you put him, and how does he discover where he is? Maybe, like, do you put him up in the cabinet, and you open the cabinet,
it has to be.
There's the elf.
Well,
you know?
now, our rule is that he has to be visibly seen, because that way he can watch what Peyton's doing. So, like, he cannot be in a cabinet. But
he can be fishing out of a toilet.
He's in the bathroom sometimes. He likes to stay in our kitchen, which is kind of like our main kind of hub area.
Do you put him within reach so that he can touch him?
No, he is not allowed to touch him, and he knows that if he touches him, his magic disappears.
Now I have a really good
like
question.
One time,
does he still believe in Santa?
Oh yeah.
Oh good.
He's 7.
Oh good. See,
but I don't know. I mean, I keep every year. I'm like.
Bracing for the talk.
This year. It cannot be. So, I mean, I don't know. But one thing that's hilarious is he fell last year during the day, and you could have heard like a pin drop. My son was like, oh! And then we both stood and stared at him like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Get the tongs.
I went and got chopsticks. And I chopsticked him right back
We
up
call
where
those
he
swords
was.
or drumsticks in my house because she beats on the roof.
Yeah, so we chopstick him right back up.
That's
and
great.
my son was like, oh, thank God that was a close one. Like,
really intense, like,
yeah, it was like heart surgery.
That's great. That's awesome. Like, I think this is I've never heard of this. And again, I'm like totally sheltered, so I'm probably the only one that's never heard of this.
Well, if you have heard of Elf on the Shelf, tell me your most creative place for where you put him, because I'd like to add some creative ideas this year for our elves.
Yeah, and if you have any cool other traditions like that are for Christmassy, like the Advent calendar or something, we would love to, hear what your traditions are for Christmas. So thank you so much for watching Elf on a Shelf right here. I'm not allowed to touch them yet. See you guys later.